Welcome to the Faithful Quiz. Today's challenge will take you on a journey from the book of Matthew to Revelation. These 20 New Testament questions will test your knowledge about the disciples and witnesses of Jesus. Get 15 right and you've built a strong foundation. Get all 20 and you truly know the Bible. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next challenge. Let's begin. Question 1. Which disciple brought a boy with 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes to Jesus before the miracle? A. Andrew. B. Philip. C. Thomas. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Andrew. John 6:8-9 says Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, found a boy with the loaves and fishes, showing his practical faith before the miracle of feeding 5,000. Question 2. Which disciple told Jesus about some Greeks who wanted to see him? A. Philip. B. John. C. James. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Philip. In John 12:21-22, Philip told Andrew about Greeks seeking Jesus, showing how Gentiles began to be drawn to him before his crucifixion. Question 3. Who was sitting in the upper room when Peter reported how the Lord brought him out of prison? A. Mary, mother of John Mark. B. Lydia. C. Martha. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Mary, mother of John Mark. Acts 12:12-14 says believers prayed in her home when Peter knocked at the door, showing her quiet yet vital role in early church gatherings. Question 4. Which disciple questioned Jesus about how he would manifest himself to them, but not to the world? A. Judas, not Iscariot. B. Philip. C. Bartholomew. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Judas, not Iscariot. John 14:22 records this question from the lesser-known Judas, showing his curiosity about Christ's revelation. Question 5. Who helped Jesus find a place for the Passover meal? A. Peter and John. B. Philip and Andrew. C. James and Thomas. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Peter and John. Luke 22:8-13 says Jesus sent Peter and John to prepare the Passover, giving them specific directions to follow a man with a pitcher of water. Question 6. Who stood with Jesus' mother near the cross? A. John. B. James. C. Andrew. You get 7 seconds. That's A. John. John 19:26-27 shows Jesus entrusting his mother to John, saying, "Behold thy mother." Question 7. Who opened her house for Paul and Silas after being baptized? A. Lydia. B. Dorcas. C. Priscilla. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Lydia. Acts 16:14-15 records Lydia's conversion in Philippi and how she hosted the missionaries, showing her generosity as one of the first European believers. Question 8. Who did Paul call a beloved physician? A. Luke. B. Silas. C. Timothy. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Luke. Colossians 4:14 describes Luke, the gospel writer, as the beloved physician and one of Paul's faithful companions. Question 9. Who persuaded the council not to harm Peter and John after their arrest? A. Gamaliel. B. Barnabas. C. Nicodemus. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Gamaliel. Acts 5:34-39 tells how Gamaliel, a Pharisee, advised the council to be careful lest they fight against God. Question 10. Which disciple ran alone to the empty tomb after hearing the women's report? A. Peter. B. John. C. Both. You get 7 seconds. That's C. Both ran. John 23-4 records that both ran together, but John outran Peter. Question 11. Who helped explain the scriptures to Apollos more perfectly? A. Priscilla and Aquila. B. Lydia and Dorcas. C. Barnabas and John Mark. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Priscilla and Aquila. Acts 18:26 records how they instructed Apollos privately, helping him understand the way of God better. Question 12. Which disciple kept the money bag for the group? A. Judas Iscariot. B. Matthew. C. Philip. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Judas Iscariot. John 12:6 says Judas kept the bag, revealing his greed long before his betrayal. Question 13. Who ran to tell Peter and John that Jesus' body was missing? A. Mary Magdalene. B. Joanna. C. Salome. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Mary Magdalene. John 21-2 records Mary running to tell them the stone was taken away. Question 14. Who took Paul and introduced him to the apostles when others feared him? A. Barnabas. B. Silas. C. Timothy. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Barnabas. Acts 9:27 says Barnabas vouched for Paul after his conversion, helping him be accepted among believers. Question 15. Who saw a vision of a man of Macedonia calling for help? A. Paul. B. Luke. C. Silas. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Paul. Acts 16:9 shows Paul's vision that led the gospel into Europe. Question 16. Which disciples asked Jesus privately why they couldn't cast out a demon? A. Peter and John. B. The disciples in general. C. The disciples privately. You get 7 seconds. That's C. The disciples privately. Mark 9:28-29 says they asked Jesus afterward, and he told them, "This kind can come forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting." Question 17. Who was chosen to replace Judas Iscariot? A. Matthias. B. Barsabbas. C. Eustace. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Matthias. Acts 1:26 says they cast lots, and Matthias was numbered with the apostles. Question 18. Which disciple's shadow healed the sick as he passed by? A. Peter. B. John. C. James. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Peter. Acts 5:15 records people bringing the sick, so Peter's shadow might fall on them, and they were healed. Question 19. Who was raised to life after falling asleep during Paul's long preaching? A. Eutychus. B. Tychicus. C. Demas. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Eutychus. Acts 29-10 records that Eutychus fell from a window and Paul revived him. Question 20. Who did Jesus tell, "When thou wast under the fig tree, I saw thee"? A. Nathanael, B. Bartholomew, C. Thomas. You get 7 seconds. That's A. Nathanael. John 1:48 shows Jesus revealing divine knowledge before calling Nathanael to follow him. How many did you get right? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible challenges like this one. God bless you.